untagged.
Right. So this is basically this interface F5 will use for communication between the server. So for communication between server and F5, 1.1 interface will be used, and the servers according is in VLAN 10 only. I mean internal only. The IP would be 10.1.5.
Okay.
But if you hit next, I believe right now you'll get an error. Because we have not configured the I think floating IP might give an error. Just try to hit next. We know in that case without floating IP. Okay, it took it fine. Because what I do generally, I configure HA and then we'll move back to so that's fine. Anyways. Okay. So this is the same configuration just for external network. So you understand external VLAN will be the VLAN in which you will be placing your virtual servers primarily.
Okay. So you're with the external network.
Correct. So in this case, you'll define like 192.168.1. LSL5P.
Yeah, it has to be in a different subnet than our management network, right?
See, it can be the same as well.
Oh, the management.
Okay, well, let me. When you're managing, let me show you a topology. I have emailed lab guide, right?
Yeah, I haven't gone through it yet, I guess.
I can show you on my side. Hold on.
Maybe I can open up.
Yeah, that's why I understand. I can walk you through it. So the idea is the management network can be in different network than the VLAN, or it can be in same. This is the document that you have to refer. LTM Essential Web in the third middle one. You can download this one. Okay, just you can scroll down. Down you'll see a topology. This actually. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, this one. This yeah, you can stop here. So see this, right? So this is what is we are trying to do actually. This is the client machine, and this is F5, and then we have 3 servers right behind it. So this is the setup I'm trying to replicate. Now, in this case, this client machine that is there, that is being used for 2 purposes. One, to manage F5, and as you can see this blue line, like managing F5 for management purpose. Again, this client machine we are using for generating traffic towards the webs and so this client machine in your case is basically this host machine, right? Now, if your host machine, let's say, has multiple NICs, what we can do a setup like this in which we can have the management IP in 192.168.1.x network like we have right now, and also we can have this part like external IPs in a different network, 10.10. something, right?
Okay.
In case my machine, like your machine, has only one NIC, then what we can do is we can club these two in the same network. Okay. Just for making it easier. The rest part, everything is the same.
So lips will be in the same subnet. It's just oh. But you. Sorry, but you said that we're gonna host, mount ISO in acting as a client. That in that scenario, you can create multiple NICs, right?
Oh, so then, see, for my logic of saying Windows ISO was to, for these three servers at the back end.
Oh, the service, okay.
Yeah, the one which you are giving 10.network in our case, that was Windows. But yeah, what you can do is, if you want to really try something like this, you want to have two networks, then what we want to do is, we will not be have one more virtual machine created, and we can use the virtual machine as the client, and then we can do that. You
Oh,
rather rather than using your host, your host machine as a client, we'll create a virtual machine on VM and assign two NICs to it, and one will keep in the management network and one will keep in the external network, and then can exactly have one different for web management. So, but just to make it simple, like if you want to access it from host machine, there is a logic.
okay. Okay, I think should be fine. Yeah.
Big network, you'll see that who is the management VLAN is different, but in some places the management VLAN is a part of the traffic. Anyways, so we can get back to the configuration part, and
And I mean, like an SVI.
yeah, it's also like SVI, correct. This actually external VLAN self IP is not that much required because there's no such routing issues, but yeah, it's very much required for backend servers because there's a lot of routing issues.
Oh, okay. I think 155 is not assigned.
Yeah, an empty IP or which HCP is getting. Yeah.
Sure.
The interesting thing, like you must be aware about ARP, right? ARP.
Resolution.
So, the art for this self IP would be formed on the upstream or downstream devices, and it would use the MAC address of the physical interface to which associated.
What was the again? I'm sorry, I didn't get that portion.
Okay, so let's say you create.
Okay.
Is that, let's say you are creating this external, let's first complete this part, then I'll tell you. So
Okay.
default gateway, this would be your, upstream router or firewall IP from where through F5 can reach out.
Oh,
You can give it in the same subnet, like what's the default gateway? 1.1?
192.168.1.1.
Yeah, IP then.
Okay.
Floating IP, you'll have to put like, the same 192.168.1.5, let's say. If that's used, then you can put some other IP. Whatever.
Somebody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One fix. Let me check if it is.
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I got an IP. Pub subnet is responding. Interesting.
This your ISP must be netting, right?
Oh, no,
Somewhere.
no, no, no. I did 119. 9. Sorry, 9. No. Yeah, it's good. So it's not responding.
Hmm.
Of lockdown, right? Port lockdown, allow 443.
So on this IP, do you want to allow SSH or HTTPS or both? By allowing 443 means you have allowed G access HTTPS.
Okay.
It's not a production box, so you can keep it allow, or you can tweak the
Yeah.
option as what you like. But in your production scenario, you'll have some policy as security or PCI compliance, what you want to allow and not, right?
Okay.
So that's fine.
VLAN name external.
Yeah. So now this VLAN name is external by default. See, so the first VLAN that you create, I mean the two VLANs that are there in F5 are internal and external. Later on,
Okay.
when you create VLAN, you can give your names and all that stuff. Now VLAN tag ID, again, like this is the first VLAN that's being allowed on an interface. So you just can leave it untagged. Now
Okay.
second VLAN, the same interface might need tag. So yeah, but when you're choosing the interface, which interface are you gonna choose? Now, right. And 1.3 is ideally used for HA. So you just choose 1.2 and next. Mm,
The network with the management. Use the
yeah. So what you
management.
can do, what you do right now, uh, just skip this part of the address, and we can just the external VLAN configuration in place as it is, and then we can hit next. What you can do, hold on. What you can do is you can just change the subnet over here. Just make it 10. Yeah, 2, right? Okay. Yeah. Gateway also change, right?
Gate the same or
That will be in the same subnet, right? Gateway not be in a different network. Yeah,
this? Okay.
just click on next. Yeah. Okay, so if you do the HA part configuration, we can do just quick. So for HVLAN, you want to create a new VLAN or you want to use an existing? So ideally, we create a new VLAN, right? So let that option be selected. Create an HA. Now address would be self IP. This would be some other VLAN. So a different IP. Let's say whatever 172.16.1.1 or what three. I mean, you can choose here.
Okay.
Now, VLAN name HA, VLAN tag ID auto, yeah. And the third interface used for HA. One.
Tag.
No, there's only one VLAN has to flow, so
Okay. Okay.
first VLAN tag.
Okay.
And local address would be 10.1.3. So in HA, because both devices, ping probe, right? So when they probe, they use some source IP. So it's saying that you source IP for probing the other device to be 10.1.3, or if you hit on the drop down, it will show you the other self IPs you have created, right? So choose this 172.16.1.3 because by default it was taking the IP of internal VLAN. Yeah.
Okay.
Next. You can just hit next. As default, this is basically the failover configuration. Primary local mirror address, okay, and that's fine. Leave it. It's using the HAVLAN IP, so you can hit next. Local mirror address. Okay. So now we can hit finish. All the tabs popped up.
Okay.
Also, I have GTM. Which
I-
GTM?
No, I hit GTM. It says minimum, but I don't know.
Oh, that's cool, man. We got GTM. That's nice.
I hit GTM in the options where it says unlicensed. But
See, you hit in the provisioning, right? So you can
yeah.
provision any module, but till the time it's unlicensed, it doesn't show up here. That's
Oh,
yeah. When you don't have a license, how can you configure and use it? So that's why I was wondering. The first time I've seen this, maybe they have now even more.
some basic GTM config. I don't know.
Yeah. So I know I was thinking of taking the remote labs on rent, but anyways, you got it. So
Oh, lab for the GTM.
yeah, do that. I take a remote lab for GTM for 2-3 days. Uh, that's a paid license actually that guy has. So for purpose.
Okay, let's see. I mean, if it works here, then it's good. Well and
Yeah,
good.
it should work because you have all the options. So we have the lab guide, so we'll follow it and see how it goes. Right.
Okay.
Anyways, that's something we'll touch base later on. And the main focus right now would be on the local traffic part of it with your LTM. So basically it will go there.
Oh,
Okay. So now this is set up. You need to deploy servers and then communicate from F to the servers. Okay. So hmm. You can download that server image later on maybe and deploy during the day tomorrow, and then when we meet next time you can we can configure the connectivity if it's not working. The thing is so when you're able to access the CI via using PuTTY or something from your base machine of this F5, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, it's gone.
Password?
No, it's here. No, no. Green, right?
Yeah. It's still showing not licensed. That's what I was uh, wondering.
It's active, right? Active standalone.
Oh, no, big IP LTM1 module licensed colon active. Uh, no, at the top it's active, but at the bottom it's not showing, like, then log back in.
Oh, didn't.
It's default, right? Password.
Yeah, default.
Did you add GUI when we were resetting the password, remember?
Yeah, maybe admin, I guess. I don't know. I typed in admin. Active standalone.
But GUI, it shows up as license. So what we can try and
System.
Below that, you go to licenses. You had stuff, I believe, right? Dossier and uploaded dossier on the licensing server.
Yeah, it would show as unlicensed or something.
No, it shows properly licensed, so no problem. Okay, one thing, one minute. See, the strange thing is the license also you don't see GTM allocated, but it's still there.
Yeah, maybe going as GTM, the module not licensed. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be that part, but anyways, we can ignore that. We are able to config so that till that time we are fine. Just type in TMSH. Do a shows connection.
The tabs here.
No, yeah, it's tab. Tab is there. Touch. No, it's not again.
Show
Question mark. Just do mark. See, it should be connection. No S.
connect. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Control C can be used, right?
Yeah, continue. Yeah, right. Cut it short. Yeah.
Oh. What's happening?
No. You did sources connection?
No, we're trying to do.
Okay, do Control C. Doesn't take you back?
It takes back, but see, I mean, when SHS, it says log file.
SHOW, right?
Something it is trying to save.
You can exit out of this, just type in exit. Or
Log file, whatnot.
Some other.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
now
I think when I do Control C, something happened. What I have to exit out of when I'm doing show run or something? Is Control C or anything else?
No, you can use quit like we used quit, right? To quit
Okay.
TMSH. So now again you can go to TMSH and do shows as connection or shows as version. Yeah. Right now you don't have any connection.
Yeah.
Do this version. Shows you, the version of your date and time is showing Monday, March 24th PDT. Like the clock is not updated of your VM maybe. Anyway.
Okay.
So the shows is UCS. Shows is UCS. Fine, that's fine. UCS is basically the backup file, so you haven't taken backup, so that's why it's not showing you anything.
Okay.
All right, fine. You are a little bit familiar with the CLI or?
Not at all.
Okay.
This is what the main thing I want to learn. And once we create the lab and spend a couple of days, I want to go over network environment, and I have to figure it out. That's the main thing now.
Okay. So you get some kind of tickets, and you have some network topology diagram that you will be referencing, right?
Network, that's the problem. They don't have proper documentation at all. But I have to figure out myself.
Oh.
Yes.
No problem. Fine. Now, All right. So you want to start with the virtual server topic now, or
It's up to you. Maybe we can start tomorrow.
I can, but it would not be complete because it's a little lengthy topic and looking at the time. So I'm fine either ways. I mean, so the I'm trying to know like how much time you have.
15 minutes.
Not make much sense to start something and leave it in middle. So mm, let's do one thing. Let's explore some more options or the commands on CLI.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, I have also sent you a guide. There's like TMSH version 11.4, I believe. So that is a CI guide actually. You have that? This one, the second line. Yeah, this one. So I think there's a second or third chapter in this guide that talks about the commands that you would use commonly for graphical load balancing configurations. So
Okay.
the second chapter, understanding and using the traffic management shell.
Let me
So,
download it.
so the more you use these second chapter and third chapter commands, the more familiar you'll become. Another thing when I'm done with, let me know. I'll show you one more thing. So your CLI,
Okay.
how this works actually, the TMSH CLI, there's a logic behind it. So
Okay.
first you mention the module name, then you mention the component name, the object, the component and then the object name. So let me give you an example. Like LTM, let's say you want to configure a virtual server, right? So first you mention here LTM and enter.
I'm sorry, LTM.
Yeah, you'll see the prompt will change.
Oh,
LTM prompt, right? TMOS.LTM. Now
okay.
you do a quit from here. Again, I'm type message, enter, and you want to do some GTM configuration, right? Type GTM now. Yeah.
Oh,
Running multiple mods on a single device, your CLI interface will be one common one, right? So
okay.
if you want to see some configuration for LTM or you want to do some configuration for LTM, it's good practice to go into that LTM module, and then now you can do the LTM related configuration or same way GTM related configuration.
Okay.
Now, so the other thing, yeah, let's say you want to configure virtual server, right? Yeah, so virtual. Sorry.
It's not give me any options.
No. Let's see. Skype ID, because
Sky. Yeah, I used it in the recent past. I have to check what's my Skype is.
because I was thinking that I would connect to my the ATM in my network, but then for that I have to connect to VPN, and if I connect to VPN, the
Mm-hmm.
problem is that over VPN the WebEx audio, I don't know, for some reason doesn't work. In that case,
Okay.
but you want to hear me, then we can only do it on Skype. That's why I was saying. But anyways, we can do that tomorrow. So yeah, now see what trying to do. You are trying to basically configure a web.
Oh, figure out. Yeah.
So configure, just click this, and you'll have to use the create command.
Oh,
Now do a question mark. you right, create virtual.
Mm-hmm. And the name of the virtual server, what
No,
was
no, that you have to give the protocol.
options for protocol?
Okay, so you can just give like you type HTTP. Now do a question mark.
Enter, it says enter
Yeah.
virtual server name.
Yeah. Now enter the name.
No, no, allow me to type HTTP. It just showed virtual server name.
Okay, one thing. You give the virtual server name. Then after that you can type.
Oh, okay.
It will ask you for the destination IP, right? Destination, what would be there? Yeah. Destination. You had it destination in D, right? So you can give destination.
There's some wrong, something. When I control C, right? Something happened.
It can't kill process. You try control X next time if you guys tried that. Just Q.
Oh, Q is a better option. Okay.
Okay. So now, yeah, you gave that create virtual. Destination keyword, and then you mention the VIP IP.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
let's say 192.168, you can also give that for that.
Okay.
Because it will be ritual from your machine. That's why I'm saying that. Right?
Okay.
Okay, now after this, you'll have to give the port number also, like colon 80, let's say it's 81. Yeah, see, it's saying port was missing, so you have to give colon 80. No, colon, no space, just yeah, colon 80. And you give that, they have to give an option for protocol. Space and do a question mark.
Okay, if I have to quit from here, it is better to use Q. Okay.
Yeah, Q is. Then you give see, generally we give in this after this IP protocol. You see the explanation. IP protocol specifies the IP protocol for which you want the virtual server to direct traffic. Sample protocol names are TCP and UDP. That you do not use this setting while creating the NHTTP class. Okay, forgot that. So basically you mention IP protocol and you mention the protocol figuring this virtual server. That is going to be TCP or UDP primarily.
TCP mostly.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the syntax in the chat also. You can, but it's better to do question mark and then use it because that way you'll remember it for longer time.
Okay.
Uh, like destination IP colon port IP protocol TCP. Okay. Now it will ask you.
Let me save this. So,
What?
copy the notes. So. Okay.
So, yeah, we are going by this protocol, this syntax only, right? We are till there, IP protocol, TCP. After that, we haven't covered profiles, but you just if you want to complete the command, you can just do a question mark and it will give you option for profiles. And you see different types of profiles. After that, put in do a question mark, space question mark, TCP space question mark. Yes. See, you have a lot of options. So the option that we configure over here is basically profiles. You'll see in P. Yeah. So and then you give the profile name, like you want to do it LAN optimized or WAN optimized, and if
Okay.
any profile you can use. Like if you are doing SSL offloading, for instance, right? Then you'll give profile, you'll give client SSL profile or server SSL profile. So that part, or if you are using, let's say, persistence, I just give brief idea about persistence, right? So you can give profile and you can mention persistence also. So all those type of things will be.
Okay.
Will ask you for what profile you want to add, right?
Okay.
So you have to put the name of the profile that's already created.
Okay.
Like even WAN optimize you can use. That's one of the default profiles. So it's already in there. Or a new one, they can use that also. But you create prior.
But it's not listed, right? When I did a question mark, it's not listed the name of the profile.
It will not list at this prompt basically. So when you want to list all the profiles, there's a different command to it. You can see it there, but not list in the virtual server configuration. Only list over here what syntax you have, but not any names.
Oh, any names already existing.
Yeah, otherwise see with a different command where you have to do list profiles, and it will list all the profiles.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
You can use the same one which is used by me in the syntax, and the hyphen LAN optimized, and then you can test the other syntax part of it.
Okay. WAN optimized.
Yeah, so basically TCP WAN optimized will try to do compression when sending the response out to internet, and some kind of optimization to the traffic.
Server already is in common partition.
Oh, did it create it?
Oh, last command I might have.
Oh, okay. If you put enter, it would have taken it. You can do like show virtual or list virtual,
Yeah, maybe I would create a different name. Yeah.
or I can do that then.
Or the pool, obviously, because we didn't get any pool.
Yeah. First, ideally, we should create pool and then go on to this step.
So it's virtual, right?
Mhm. Yeah, see,
Oh, okay.
it lists this LTM VIP one, but two was not created. And the two if you create right now, what you can do, you can skip the pool part, and then I think you can add it. But that doesn't make any sense because you'll be able to use it. So
On the source netting, you'll have to. I mean, by default, we'll do source netting, or we have to explicit.
no, we have explicitly configure it. By default, it does not do any translation. It will send the exact client address to the server. But
Oh,
for
okay.
solving our routing concerns, we have to do, once we configure a self-IP, then we do source netting ourselves. We have to define it explicitly.
Change the destination address, right? Which is the server address.
Yeah, destination was virtual when it comes to external interface, and when it sends through internal, the destination is already changed by default to server IP.
It's destination NAT by default, but not the source NAT.
Yeah, you can say that. That's right.
Okay.
So the other thing is, like, we use, basically what I'm trying to say, when you configure on CLI, create is the command to create something, list or show is the command to see something, display, modify is to change some setting in it like IP or something, and delete is there to kill, to remove it from the configuration. So create, list slash show, you can say, then delete. These are the four parameters. We have object, like object means virtual server, pool, SNAT, all these are objects, and object name. So this is how this is the hierarchy. LTM, syntax, create, object, which is virtual server, and then which is, object, which is, sorry, component, which is virtual, and component name, which is virtual server. What is your VIP name? Right?
Oh,
When you practice, you'll get more used to it. So that'll be your option. If it's 11, just 11, so
yeah, it's kind of getting late. Yeah.
call it a day, and have something you can practice some CLIs if you want in the meanwhile, if you get time. Anyways, we'll start from tomorrow, virtual servers. And I'll also share you the link in some time for the ISO for Windows. You can download that.
Okay, I can straight away mount on the.
You right.
It'll import on the VM, and I can spin it up. Okay.
That is a simple ISO, and you install the Windows 7 on your machine, or Windows XP, I believe. You have to see what it is. And there's an option on it to enable IIS service. So enable that a web service, and it acts as a web server.
Oh, so it's like Windows Server Edition, the ISO you're gonna share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do some configuration of IIS to make it look like a web server.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. See you tomorrow, Naman. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Good night.
Yes, same to you, man. Bye. One last thing. So you're recording the sessions, right?
Yeah. During the session, I can send you the link, or I send you the link later.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's getting saved.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, just in case I have to refer back.
Yeah. No, that you reminded me, but recording.
Oh, sounds good. Yes, see